Thank you for joining us. Yeah. Today, as always, welcome back to Nostalgia Land. I'm Matt. This is Trey and Tyler. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas again. Listen, we are so flippin' excited to get into this one because this one is the classic. This is the turning point, I think, for a lot of us in terms of Christmas movies. Cheer up, dude. It's Christmas. This is 2000 Jim Carrey, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Before we jump in, let's hear that bump. Oh. Oh man, thank you for joining us and jumping back in. As always, please come check us out on YouTube. You can see our ugly mugs, see which one's gaining weight, what my stupid hair is doing. Trey's wearing this really festive shit. If you're listening, you got to come at least see what Trey's doing. He put effort into this, man. He looks great. I love where he's gone with this. Yep, Ty's got his shades back. I need to find those. I think I might have left mine.
Shirts are always fun. Yours are still on the old podcast table.
Oh, damn. I might just take that table.
Mine. I actually wear mine for softball.
Oh shit! Really?
Like, if I dive and break them, I'm not going to be like super depressed. Like they're a pair of Oakleys.
You'd be like, "Hey, those are Nostalgia Land like equipment, though.
Original.
Like we get tax
yeah, but then I can always
write-offs."
wear the big like ski goggle ones if I need.
That's true. That's true. You can have those. Oh man. Well, this is. I think honestly, this is one of the first Christmas movies I remember seeing in theaters. But was such a huge breakout. I mean, in terms of like, this is the defining movie that pretty much saved, I think, Universal's parks in their Whoville land at the time. But The Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey in 2000. I mean, how much better does it get than this, guys? This is an easy one for us, I think, in terms of like perfection of a movie.
But it's directed by the legendary Ron Howard.
Yeah, it's Ronnie Howard, and his brother's in it too. His brother's like a big thing in it too.
Bro, he has like his whole family in this movie.
Oh, does he? Is there? I only saw Clint Howard. Now I need to go through the database.
Clint's in there. His other brother is the like main Who guy.
Jeremy Howard,
Who's dad?
No, that's Bill. That's Bill Irwin. Is he Howard?
Or no? Maybe he's he's in there. Maybe I'm wrong about the Cindy Lou Who's dad. But,
it's his brother. It's his brother. Her brother. Yeah. I'm sorry. Drew.
Oh, her brother. Drew Lou Who.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, he has a small part, and then like his kids are in it. His dad is the clock tower, like the clock guy.
Oh yeah.
His wife is like a background character.
No way.
Yeah, he's got his whole family, and I like how other than Clint, who, you know, has such a prominent acting career on his own, they're all kind of sprinkled into the movie. That he didn't like shove them down your throat like this. I'm just gonna cast my family.
Yeah,
they're just like different Who's in the background, kind of hanging out.
Yeah, they're not like getting like real close ups, like oh yeah, and then like hey, wink at the camera, yeah, like, and it's not like his family reunion.
Exactly,
like,
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I see who this is. Yes, so a lot of them are unaccredited, but there's Cheryl Howard, Jocelyn Howard, Reed Howard, and then we had
one of them's the timekeeper. That's like only 4 hours left.
Yeah, that's his dad.
Christmas. Yeah,
that's his dad. That's so friggin' cool, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
If I ever get a chance to direct a movie, I will say all of you guys will like be somewhere in the background. Like
you're going to be the Adam Sandler of our generation.
That's it. Just have this
like,
crew.
Hey, I want to make a movie. You guys want to go to Hawaii? We'll all hang out.
We'll do a few sets.
He is the smartest guy in Hollywood.
Who? Ron?
Adam Sandler.
Oh yes, yeah, definitely.
Like, I have this group of friends. We all love each other. We're all super busy. Hey, let's make a movie. Oh, where are we going to make it? Hawaii.
Yeah.
Does it get any smarter than that? No, I'm sorry, it doesn't.
It's in Beverly Hills. It's just down the street from my house. You can go to you can go sleep in your own bed.
Yeah,
he's kind of like the M. Night Shyamalan, but of Hollywood.
Like, good old M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
Yeah, Shyamalan only does movies within like 50 miles of his house or something like that, or 100 miles, so that every night he can be home and go to sleep in his own bed because he doesn't like sleeping anywhere else. I don't know why, but yeah, that's his thing. So yay, Philadelphia. We need a series like that in Miami that isn't Bad Boys or some cop you drama. Like, I want to make a movie in Miami that's just like normal living in Miami, and it has nothing to do with like South Beach. Like, in fact, like it doesn't even see the beach. Like most people living in Miami never go to the beach. I want it to be that.
It is funny that I see an extraordinary amount of water for somebody who's not on the water like ever.
Yeah.
And I see so many boats, and I'm hardly ever on the boat anymore.
Never the boat. The boat's for other people.
Yeah, it's like I'm always a bridesmaid, never a bride kind of deal. I'm always near the boat, never on the boat.
It was always like growing up in Miami, people are always like, wow, so like, do you guys get like a lot of flooding and stuff? And like, do you get like gators? And I remember just being like, no, actually, why don't we have a lot of that?
Although things have kind of changed out here a little bit. If you live in Brickell and it rains for like 20 minutes, you're flooded out.
Oh my god, yeah, 20 minutes, dude. If it sprinkles for 5, your Lamborghini's underwater. I don't care what floor you parked it on.
There was a time, I think it was 2 years ago, I was working in Lauderdale, and it started to rain really, really hard. And it rained really hard for several hours. They ended up getting a third of their annual rainfall, like average annual rainfall, in like 6 hours.
Yeah.
I have never seen so much flooding in the airport, the Fort Lauderdale airport looked like a bay. There was water, like 2-3 feet of water standing all around the airport. And driving around Fort Lauderdale, there were just cars all over the road that had just died in the water, and it took them like a week to get rid of all the cars.
It's insane how much property damage goes around, and like we're like, how are we going to fix this? Meh.
Yeah. Move somewhere else.
We just got to stop. I was going to make a joke to be like, tell all those natives up there, stop dancing so much. You're bringing down the apocalypse on all of us. Sorry, I'm Native American. If I dance, it rains.
Say that.
Just letting I can say that. So, oh man. So, who remembers seeing this in theaters? Was it?
Dude, I don't know how you always remember what movies you saw in the theaters. I don't have that kind of memory. I really don't. I don't think I did, though.
I just remember it so clearly, though, because I guess because going to the movies was like, I don't know, for me, it was always so like exciting. It was such like an event for my family. And usually we went with Russell and Jana and their crew and our good friend Zachary and Anna. But I don't think we saw this with them. But I do remember going to this, my parents being like, so this is the guy, in case you didn't know, this is the guy from The Truman Show and Ace Ventura, which I had only been allowed to watch When Nature Calls because it didn't have such a graphic opening scene.
And it didn't have a transgender antagonist.
Yeah, I was thinking I was a little too young to quite understand why they were looking for Mr. Winky. But yeah, so I remember going because my mom was like, you might not recognize him.
He's a man.
Finkel is Einhorn.
Something super interesting about that I learned in my research was the studio was really worried about all the prosthetics, because they spent $20 million on Jim Carrey, because part of the deal was in order to take one of these movies, one of these Dr. Seuss like stories and turn it into a live action adaptation, his widow had to sign off, and she had final say on everything. Like she could veto the script entirely. She ended up cutting out a lot of jokes that gave us the movie that we know today, because there was a lot of adult humor that was snuck into places in the movie that she cut out completely, which I kind of think adds a lot to this movie. I think sometimes studios forget that you don't have to make it an adult movie for adults to enjoy it, and they're so worried about the bottom dollar and making money that they try to sneak in all this extra stuff that would kind of ruin the spirit of the story that they're telling.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they were debating just painting Jim Carrey green, because they didn't want to make it so you didn't recognize him as the Grinch.
Mm-hmm.
And they went ahead and Ron Howard had him in full prosthetics and full makeup, and they filmed a bunch of stuff with a bunch of different people dressed as the Grinch, and they brought in children and they showed them, and they said, okay, one of these will be Jim Carrey. You tell me if you can pick him out. And every single one of them, as soon as Jim Carrey took the screen, they were like, that's Jim Carrey.
Dude,
They knew immediately.
Some of these early drafts, and I'm assuming some of these are not like accurate, like from what I typed in, but some of these early drafts of that makeup are creepy. Like they do not work. Something about it makes him look like a child molester. And I'll say it, dude, there's some weird version of the Grinch that has his own commercial right now, and he has like slicked back grease like hair, and he just looks like you diddle kids, dude. Like he does not look safe to have on camera or around anyone under the legal age limit. I'll just tell you, it's not a good look. And yet I keep thinking that went through several people before it got to like, oh yeah, let's choose a commercial. Yeah, look at some of these though. Like some of these are horrifying. Can you see my screen very well?
Yeah.
Let's see. This one's on YouTube. Awesome intro.
Yeah,
I just want to see.
This is sweet dead air.
Yeah, this is great. Everyone can see this. Everyone who's listening, just think there's something to come check out on YouTube. Here you go. Here it is. Where he's like, yeah, see, it's sort of him, and like you get it. It's close enough, but there's definitely like they figured something out with like the forehead and the amount of fluff around him. Like the one where he does no nose, where he just has a regular human nose, and he's kind of painted like a Rudolph one. That looks like the final one. It's unsettling. Like this, this would have tanked this movie before it even got out. Like this is. Oh wait, you're not seeing this.
Nope.
Well, apparently it's like the movie that features the most heavy makeup, most characters in heavy makeup since like Wizard of Oz.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Wizard of Oz 1 or Wizard of Oz 2?
No,
the
Return
Return
to
Oz.
Like the first black and white to color movie.
Oh, that's crazy. All right, so you see that right here? They're trying it out. The nose definitely was the way to go, because there's a version here where it's just his nose is like painted brown, like we used to do in the pageant for the reindeer, and it just doesn't fit. There it is. That looks so weird.
It looks kind of like The Mask.
Yeah, it does.
It kind of does.
Yeah,
like a hairy mask.
Yeah.
And then I'm so glad whoever was like, no, this needs to be like a full prosthetic that he can move in, and like it's still Jim being Jim. Like that is one thing like I kind of noticed in some of the early scenes of this movie. I was like, oh, like he's not quite in the zone with his accent yet. Like it's there, like he's trying something, but it's not. He hasn't settled into it, because like his like that's what it's all about. Like kind of like changes.
You know where that
and
accent
fluctuates.
came from?
Where does it come from?
Go ahead.
Who?
Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Based it off Sean Connery.
Yeah. He basically became like a Bond villain of Sean Connery. And he just slowed the accent, like he slowed the talking way down, the way he speaks.
That it was one of his favorite impressions to
Sean Connery.
I mean, it's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts what he does.
And then Dr. Seuss's widow, if they couldn't get Jim Carrey, wanted either Dustin Hoffman or Robin Williams. So imagine how much different the Grinch would be if it was Robin Williams.
She only would allow those three, the A-list. She wanted an A-lister to play the Grinch.
Could you imagine?
It was such an iconic character for.
I feel like Dustin Hoffman would have been an okay middleman. He wouldn't have been as animated, but Robin, you would get the same amount of animation. With just the voice would be so different. It's like listening to Chris Farley do Shrek as opposed to Mike Myers.
Yes. Yeah. It's really weird how, I wonder if we had ever seen the Shrek with Chris Farley, if we would have been like, oh yeah, that's Shrek. That's totally fine.
He's not Scottish. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, but then if we had
seen, it only is Mike Myers as a Scottish Shrek because that's the way we saw it. If it was Chris Farley, then you wouldn't know any different. And it would be weird if Mike Myers then had done screen tests, if the world had worked out a different way.
There is something though. Like, there's something about some of these characters that are so like iconic, and when the actors that we know in these roles, there's something that feels really kind of clandestine in a way. Like it feels like, no, that's who that was supposed to be. That's exactly like how that should have been played out. And it's hard to argue against, like, as much as I love Robin Williams and God, I wish I could get another movie with him. It's hard to think of anyone else playing this role except Jim.
Well, the thing that Jim Carrey brought that I don't think anybody else could bring is his uncanny ability to move his face. And like
Yeah.
the smile that they used, they wanted to do CG to give his teeth and the jaw and everything this weird smile.
Yeah.
And they realized that
They
couldn't do it better than Jim Carrey could make it happen in real life with his own facial muscles. And they ended up like saving a crap load of money just because of the way he could contort his face.
Yeah, his
It's
physicality.
creepy, man. Like the things he can do with his face and the muscles and especially his mouth and his smiles and stuff. It's so crazy what he can do.
It's
funny
great.
because I think of his Grinch smile, and then like in Home Alone when Kevin is sitting watching the Grinch, you see the one where it, like the cartoon
It goes
Yeah.
and it, like, curls up.
yeah.
Yeah, it goes all the way like on his forehead.
And he
Yeah.
does
He's
like
the perfect
little,
guy to
and
be
he
the
does
Grinch.
like the little like. That's when he gets the idea to steal Christmas, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Ah."
That's my Grinch right there. That's the
Yeah.
Grinch I grew up with.
That is, yeah. That I mean,
The
I remember that
cartoon.
cartoon because my
There's a new cartoon, like a DreamWorks version of it. They made like a modern cartoon version of it.
which is really good actually.
I haven't
It's
seen it.
really decent. It's on I think it's on Disney Plus, or I can anyway, but it's got Benedict Cumberbatch as the voicing, and I think they originally hired him to do it like more in his voice, but what he decides to do is this kind of nasally, like, the Americana. It's a bit Midwestern, but it's weird because you still hear him kind of land on his L's and his R's in a British kind of way. Like he doesn't. He's like, "Well, we're going to lunch," and you're like, "That wasn't quite it." And it's still, though, in terms of like an animated movie, it is beautifully animated. Like they really, like, whoever I don't know whoever cranked up the luminosity on everything, but like light is coming from everywhere, and the way they like animated and rendered the Christmas trees and the lights and the way the snow reflects everything it's beautiful. So you got that giant 85-inch television, you should go check it out. It'll totally like make you be like, yes, we chose the right one. We chose the right television.
In this movie, you learn that the Grinch lives on Mount Crumpet, which is where they dump their garbage.
Go to
in
Crumpet to
your
dump it.
And the Lou who, because his first name is Lou and his last name is Lou, so he's Lou who. His kids are climbing Mount Crumpet, and they get to the top, and these two girls that they're with are like, "You can't. That's where the Grinch lives. You can't go there." And they go to knock on the door, and a giant, like, animatronic Grinch face comes out, and Max, his dog, is barking into the mask.
Yeah, like it's a giant megaphone.
And it scares them down the mountain. And so when they are in the town square, they're yelling about the Grinch while they're setting up for Christmas. And the mayor's like, "No, there's no Grinch. You're fine." Even though he went to elementary school with him. So
He created the Grinch.
You know he's real.
Within
Like,
a
he's
billion
there.
kilometers of Whoville,
And
who doesn't like Christmas?
And so then their
Hurt, Lou.
younger sister decides to, basically, she wants to befriend the Grinch. Like, she's curious to why he doesn't like Christmas, and it doesn't make sense. And
Yeah, because her dad is a postal worker,
Right.
and she's at the post office with him, and the Grinch is there ruining everybody's day, and he's sneaking around the town in his costume and everything. Yeah, and
that's
he's
like my favorite part. He's like,
Yes.
"And now for the piece de resistance,
Sauce.
for you, jury duty, jury duty, eviction notice, junk mail,
Jury duty.
chain letter.
Chain letter.
letter.
That's it. Blackmail.
Yeah, blackmail.
eviction notice."
It just starts flicking them out everywhere.
And
Yeah,
the dad is sure to tell Cindy not to fall into the sorting machine, the wrapping machine, and the Grinch ends up knocking her into it, and he's gonna leave her, which would then wrap her in a present, and then crush her with this giant stamping machine.
Fragile.
Yeah, and
that's fragile. Yes,
Max,
that's
the
fragile.
dog, insists that he go back and save her, and the Grinch has a soft moment where he turns around and pulls her out of there, and he's going to leave, and she says, "Thank you for saving me." And then he changes his mind, and he says, "You just weren't wrapped right."
Doing.
and wraps her all up, but doesn't really hurt her in any way.
No,
Just wraps her up in wrapping paper,
Yeah.
and then that's what like gives Cindy Lou Who the idea that maybe the Grinch isn't as bad as everyone's making him out to. He saved me.
I mean, they treat him like he's like gonna come in and murder people. Like he's gonna mass
he's Krampus.
shoot.
They treat him like he's Krampus.
Yes, like or throw people out of town or mutilate them in some way. That's how they fear this like creature up on top of the mountain that nobody actually understands why he's there in the first place. But I think it's all crazy. Like
except for everybody that went to school with him.
Yes, right. Except 30 years earlier when everyone went to school with him. Yes,
yeah. The mayor, like I said a minute ago, created the Grinch.
Oh my god! Yes. Well, it's crazy how to think how this like. I love how this movie kind of takes itself out of like the realism by starting off like, okay, we're going into a snowflake. This whole universe is just in a snowflake. This isn't in like Middletown, like or some part of New Zealand we can't discover. No. It's just in a snowflake, which then racks my mind of like, wait, how long is time for them? Because if it's just I every year I watch this, I'm like, it's like a day. It's like a day, just an hour to us, or is it an hour? Or yes, and is it always Christmas? No, because they say in the monologue that they like other holidays, like they like Easter and New Year's or in Valentine's Day or something like that. So they're celebrating Christian American holidays. So it's falling somewhere in North America, is my understanding. And there's some kind of time loop that they're able to live and exist within this to develop a society that they think, 30 so years has passed, but that life of that snowflake, maybe an hour. So I want to hear some nerd math on that, folks. If you come on, join me. We can all wear our tinfoil hats and sit around the campfire together.
Well, it's like the old Christian joke where the guy goes to God and says, "Hey God, I heard that a penny to you is like $1 million." And he says, "Yeah." He says, "I hear like a second to you is like 1,000,000 years." And he says, "Yeah." And he says, "Well, can I have a penny?" And God says, "Sure, give me a second."
Gotcha.
Classic. That's awesome.
But then you get the Grinch lair sequence where he's like, he goes into this giant. Yes, it's their dump, but he's created like an elevator system, and he has
he's industrialized the
recliner. It's funny because he's coming down. And he's like, first floor, unpackaged goods, and he's like coming down the elevator.
My question about this, actually, rewatching, I was like, did he go up there and like, is he like the dumpster warden? Like, is he like actually in charge of like the trash? He's the only guy who would like it.
I think that they just built their tubes to fill this mountain full of their garbage, and he decided when everybody made him run away that what better place to go.
Yeah, but he has like machinery and stuff up there. Like, who's putting this in the mountain?
Well, he shows his mechanical ability later when he builds the sleigh. I mean, the guy welds. Yeah, he's a genius.
Or the best is you get like the basically the scene of it showing everything, and he pulls this like, it's like an X-ray that he pulls in front of his body, but it shows his tiny heart, and he's like, down 2 sizes, and this time I'll keep it off.
Yeah. Right. And those little jokes are hilarious. That he obviously ad-libbed so much of that stuff. He improv so much of that stuff. And I think my favorite one of those is when he's later in the movie when he's rattling off the list of reasons why he can't make the ceremony for them giving him the award, and he says, "Yeah," and he's like, dinner with myself. I can't skip that again. I can't miss that again.
6:30 dinner with me. I can't cancel that.
Yes. Yeah. So you did so much better than I can.
Around loathing, I'm booked.
5 o'clock.
So if I moved the
if I moved it up, I could still be in bed by and wallow in self-loathing until I drift off into an existential
slowly into bed.
Yes,
it's slowly into madness.
Well, my favorite is like where he's like 4 o'clock, wallow in self-pity. 4:30, jazzercise.
Yeah. He throws the jazzercise in there.
Stare into the abyss. 6 o'clock, solve world hunger. Tell no one.
I loved his.
So he gets invited to be the holiday cheermeister, which is like their super Christmas man.
Which we got to talk a little bit more about Taylor Momsen as Cindy Lou.
Yeah.
because she's having this existential crisis. Like, as the movie is right out the gate, she's unhappy. She's like, all this seems ridiculous. It's too much like commercialism, all the buying, all the presents.
It's the
Everyone's just
greed.
going kerbobbled. I love some of the words they get to use. Everyone's so kerbobbled. I'm just like, you're adorable. And then she has like, and Lou and Lou's wife, played by the great Molly Shannon, which every year I watch this and I go, oh my God.
I'll look it up.
Yeah. But so she's trying to beat Martha Mayhew, who lives next door to the light contest. And so all the lights are out in the house, and there's just this great iconic moment for Taylor, as I think she was 5 or 6 years old doing this movie, and she sings the title song, "Where Are You Christmas," which I don't think anyone thought would be like, it's a movie song, it's okay, stuff. But then you have Mariah Carey like takes it on and busts it out, and so she definitely is like the queen of Christmas songs, I'm gonna say.
Does Mariah Carey actually do it, or wasn't it Faith Hill?
Oh, you might have caught me.
Because originally it was supposed to be Mariah Carey, but her ex-husband was an executive with Sony and didn't want her doing such a big song for a rival studio.
Oh, you're right. It is. Yes, it was Faith Hill. I'm sorry.
Faith
totally
Hill ends up doing
that
the song.
up. Yeah. So,
and that's like one of the legends of this movie, that there's a demo of Mariah Carey doing the song somewhere out there.
I bet that's online somewhere, dude. I bet you could find it. But Taylor Momsen definitely went on a little like journey herself after doing this movie. She really wasn't acting in anything else. And then just this year, which I thought was such a great.
She was in Spy Kids 2.
She was. Oh, she was in Spy Kids 2. That's cool.
The president's daughter in Spy Kids 2. She has a relationship with Uni.
Oh my gosh, we need to do Spy Kids 2.
Who's now married on his Spy Kids 2?
Now married
Spy
to
Kids
Meghan
2
Trainor.
and 3. Yes,
Junie's got a great track record.
Yeah, Junie's doing all right. Junie's fine. But Taylor Momsen, dude, so she kind of avoided this and obviously took a hard left turn in terms of her music and career, and she definitely I think she did not want to be just always Cindy Lou Who, and I think that's totally respectable. That's like, I get that, but I think it's wonderful that this year she came back and she's like, for this 25th anniversary, I'm kind of making amends with what that experience, what like everyone thought of me as Cindy Lou. And I think it probably made it difficult for her to find, more serious work as she got growing. And then she took into heavy, hard rock where she's exposing herself, and it's very graphic. But man, so she re-released, and you can see it's on Amazon Music and I think Spotify. She redid "Where Are You Christmas" with her band The Pretty Reckless, and it's great. It sounds really good, and I'm really happy that she's finally just like, you know what, this is such a classic, it's such a good thing, it's good for all of us, we all love it, let's just embrace it. I have my career, I got this, I can be happy and just still be a part of this, what I think is important. And then Jim Carrey never turned his back for a second on being the Grinch. Like, every opportunity somebody would say, hey, do the Grinch smile, he does it. He does the full like forehead down and the smile up in his face. He loves that shit. So
it's actually really fascinating with the prosthetics and makeup that they used, where if you look at all of them, they all have the who knows, and Cindy Lou doesn't. And Cindy Lou was too young, and the rules around makeup and prosthetic use on kids of a certain age would not allow her to undergo the prosthetics. And so they added a line to the script that who's grow into their noses, and it changed the lore of the whole Who universe with just that one line, and it gave them an out, and it also kind of singled her out and made her a lot cuter and a lot more relatable, and I think gave a lot more heart to her character. I thought that was a really cool way around it. Like, you know what? We're not going to bother. Like, let's just say, give us this out, and it works perfectly. You don't even think about it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think that's brilliant that she hasn't even grown into her nose. Like, they use it as like kind of a, like, to rebuke her, to be like, you don't know what you're talking about. You haven't even have your nose yet anymore. So, I mean, I'm looking at Taylor's other credits, and it's mostly stuff with her Spy Kids 2. She was an Underdog and Gossip Girl for a while. Actually, she was Jenny Humphrey in Gossip Girl. I'm going to eat my words
She's in
tonight.
that god awful Hansel and Gretel movie.
Was she
Yeah.
Hansel and Gretel? Which one? The one with
the one that was bad?
Came out like 2002 or something.
the bad one?
Yeah,
The one that was. She was, yes, Hansel and Gretel. Is that with? Oh no, okay. I thought that was the one that was with Hawkeye from Marvel's,
Jeremy
which they
Renner.
redid.
Jeremy Renner. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude! Look at this cast. There's this Hansel and Gretel cast though is crazy. It's
Too bad the movie wasn't.
It's not a good movie.
terrible. Yes, it's not
It's
a
like
good movie.
the holiday crawled.
But Dakota Fanning's in it, and so is Sinbad, and Bobcat Goldthwait and Tom Arnold. We might have to look at this.
You're losing me.
You said great.
I can see why the movie is not very good.
I would go
No
with the
offense
B+.
to Sinbad, Bobcat Goldthwait, or Tom Arnold, but those three together.
I mean,
a lot of like oh gosh, here comes Bobcat again.
Oh, Mark, I'm sorry. Sorry, Howie Mandel's in this too.
Anyway, Cindy Lou goes on like a fact-finding mission. She becomes an investigative reporter.
Yeah.
She goes around and she gets to interview the two women who raised the Grinch.
The biddies.
And first, you figure out how who's come to Whoville.
Women.
So you just have bassinets floating in on umbrellas.
Trebuchellas is what is the word I heard. Trebuchellas.
Do they just have like a baby launcher somewhere?
Yeah.
Funk.
Yeah, exactly.
Drift them off into help you catch a good wind there.
One of Ron Howard's relatives is standing there going funk with the babies.
It's his cousin.
That's unaccredited.
So,
unaccredited. That's his thing.
Even as a toddler is a douche because he kicks this other baby's umbrella like barreling towards a different part of Whoville, and he lands in a tree outside of his mom's holiday party. They have a swinger party. They're having a swinger party. They have a fish bowl full of car keys. That is a swinger party.
That was like I don't think that that old Mrs. Seuss, which her name was different, but I don't think she caught that joke. That's one of the ones that kind of slipped in under the radar.
Yeah, adults giving other adults piggyback rides.
Don't you think she thought she was like, oh, isn't that great? They're all being safe and not drinking and driving.
They've got themselves a DD.
Wonderful.
That's
good for you.
Why
Don't
is there so many D's?
Yes. Don't drink and drive, arrive alive. See, Dr. Seuss still rhymes. Got it, bitch. You have to imagine like how often at the dinner table she's like, another one.
He never liked Christmas. Like even when he was younger, he was like, it's stupid. And then you get flashbacks to when she interviews Martha May to why he really hates Christmas, like why he loathes Christmas.
Yeah.
And even when they're talking about him and they're saying that he didn't like Christmas, you could see he liked Christmas. He just ate glass.
Right.
Like that was they give him the cookies on the glass Santa plate, and he's like, Santa? And they're like, yeah, and he goes to eat the cookie, but he bites Santa's head, and he's like enjoying the glass.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
And they're saying, but he's super happy. He's like a happy little kid.
I feel like
you can tell that Martha May likes the Grinch. They keep eyeballing each other in class, and the mayor's jealous because he's short, fat elementary school kid. And he's like, yo, I have a chance. So you're 8 years old and you have a beard.
He reminds me of the kid from Matilda.
Yeah, except the kid in Matilda's cool. That kid ate some chocolate cake.
Yeah, right, but his look, he reminds me of that kid.
Oh yes, with the butt part down the middle and
like the weird curl
rolls up.
Reminds me of the kid in Malcolm in the Middle who pushes over Stevie's chair and everybody gets mad at him.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys notice? So the Grinch, they have to make the gifts for somebody else in the class, and they're going to do a gift exchange, and everybody has to make a gift for somebody else. And he goes home and he makes this beautiful angel for the top of Martha Mayhew's tree. By
crushing his parents' family heirlooms.
What a beautiful family heirloom.
Of the jewels in the angel's wings.
And one thing I didn't notice while I was watching, doing a bunch of research, was when Cindy Lou Who is interviewing Martha Mayhew, she has her hair all up.
Whoville, sorry. Whoville.
And in her hair is the rubies from the angel that he made her. They're the same color, they're the same size, and they're just in her hair. But it's such a subtle nod to how she's always, even like Snape.
Mm-hmm.
Even now, always. Yeah, she just loves the Grinch. She loves her some Grinch.
Dude. So Josh Ryan Evans,
you got that green,
the muscles, the fury. But Josh Ryan Evans plays the young Grinch, the one who's
and he's creepier. He looks like Gizmo, like when you get him wet.
He's gonna drive a little car.
That's what young Grinch looks like. When you got Gizmo wet. And he just started more like you caught him mid transformation, and that's Tiny Grinch.
But such a poor kid that it feels like the Grinch was fine with everything. He's not excited about it, but he was okay. He's like, it's okay that exists. But then everyone else was being such a dick to him so often.
So you get the scene where he turns on the shaver, and you hear his voice like, "You have no chance with it. You're 8 years old and you have a beard." And he walks in and he's like, "Merry Christmas, Martha May," and he has a trash bag over his head. And his teacher's like, take the bag off. So he puts a book up in front of him that just says school stuff outside of his notebook. And he puts the notebook down and his foot is up on the table. And she's like, "And now your foot." And he puts the foot down. He has pieces of paper all over his face where he's cut himself. Yeah. And the kid's like, "Look at that hack job." And starts laughing at this kid. I'm like, yo, you are an a-hole.
Yeah, he's 8 and he shaved his face for the first time.
I have to ask.
So he runs over and says, "I hate Christmas." And he lifts the tree in their class and basically chucks it doesn't care who he hits with this tree, but he's aiming for somebody.
He's taking out 8s. He's
out for blood at that point.
Yeah, that's it.
And then runs away and climbs Mount Crumpet and just is like, "Hey, you know what? I live here now."
Yeah, and I hate everybody and I hate Christmas.
I have to ask. I didn't notice it until you just mentioned it. If it's 2 old ladies who are raising him, why do they have that enormous electric shaver? Is it just
I don't want to know.
Armpit hair.
I don't want to know. They got to go to these swinger parties, man.
I mean, they got to be prepared. Keep trim. You got to,
you gotta,
It's called self-care. It's good for you. It's good for the environment.
Treat yourself.
You get a funny scene where the douche little kid has now grown up to be the mayor, and they're picking the holiday cheermeister, and Cindy Lou nominates the Grinch, and they're quoting the Book of Who, which is rules and regulations to live in Whoville, I guess, is how this goes.
It's a little Nazi-ish.
And they're quoting back and forth about how the holiday cheermeister should be full of Christmas spirit and the most exemplary. And he's like, "Does that sound like the Grinch to you?" And she says, "No. But it also says that it should go to the who needs it most. And who can you think more of the Grinch?" And he says, "Well, it also says that it can't be the Grinch because things get put in a cinch." And she's like, "You made that up."
Yeah.
It's like, so somewhere in here.
Just goes to show that the mayor is still that same piece of crap 8-year-old all these years later.
I gotta admit, there's some people I've met, and it's like, you're still that 13-year-old kid I knew back then, aren't you?
You still suck real hard.
Real bad. You figure out that he says, "Fine, but if he shows up, it goes to the runner-up, which is him."
If he doesn't show.
And she has to climb Mount Crumpet and basically tell the Grinch that he's won this award. And she goes in and he does this whole monologue about, "You've entered the lair of the Grinch." And he has the shirt on like he's an alien and it's going to come out of his chest.
Run before I kill again.
Yeah. But I love before all that happens when he's like settling in for the night and but it's my favorite part of the whole movie when he starts doing the echo.
Oh.
Into the kid and he's like, what does he say? "You suck?"
You're an idiot. I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
He's like whispering to it. He's like, "Fine.
Yeah.
I'll just whisper so that time my voice gets back. Because I won't
I'm ready to get back to me. I will be able to
turn it up.
You're an idiot.
And then he's like, he just like pouts and breaks sugar glass and starts eating the glass. Am I just eating because I'm bored?
I mean, there's a couple of, so you said the car keys the car keys in the bowl, definitely that it's a swingers party, which we haven't even talked about how awesome this soundtrack is. Like, I would still buy this album. Actually, it's got Ben Folds, Smash Mouth, Busta Rhymes. There's it's not in the movie, but there's a rap that Busta Rhymes did, and I remember this specifically because I bought the album because I really, when I was that age in the year 2000,
year 2000,
I went to my first year of public school, and public school has more variety than the school I went to, and kids that actually listen to music, besides Chris Tomlin and Stephen Curtis Chapman. And so I got this album. I was like, oh, there's a rap song on it. And I kept thinking, like, yeah, this will be the song I can connect with my friends at school with. And so I showed it to this and I played it for them. They're like, is that Busta Rhymes? And I'm like, yeah, isn't that awesome? They're like, no, this sucks. What is this? And I was heartbroken. I was like, oh, I thought you would find it cool. I'm sorry.
I was just trying to be your friend.
You're an idiot.
You're an idiot. How are you? That's your fun.
I asked you first.
I feel like this movie, they just took the reins off completely. They said, hey, Jim.
This is a cool scene, but it looks really bad.
We just haven't gotten the time to actually play that.
We've done movies that aren't bad looking.
Yeah,
it'll come.
But
it'll come.
The sexual innuendo is one that you're mentioning. So the bowl with the keys. The only other one I can think of that was like that was a little bit is when he's trying to figure out what to wear for the Whovilation, and he wears he comes out with a skirt on.
Oh.
And Max is like, it's not and he goes, it's not a dress, it's a kilt. And he rips it off, and he has one of those little sash like around his legs.
Yeah, he has the garter off.
Yes, and he goes, sicko, and he points his toe and sticks it out and walks. I can't think, is there any other moment where you're like, okay, no, that was definitely like, that's an innuendo that made it by.
There might be, but I can't think of any.
Can't think of anyone. Yeah,
I know that one of the ones that they did cut was when it's like showing around his lair. They were going to have the Cat in the Hat head on the wall, like he killed the Cat in the Hat, and she said no to that.
I really wonder how many other things. I just want her nose. I want to see what it's just like. No to that. No to that. No to that. Because did you think she also approved?
Hate. Double hate.
Loathe entirely. Do you think she approved of the man titties on the Grinch costume? Because those get their own spotlight every now and then. I just think,
why not?
There's a couple of times where I was like, okay, that's a little too much. That's a little.
Hey, it's how I relate
from
to
being
him.
Like, I mean, it goes from being like, okay, cool costume design to like, that's a little too weird. Then his like weird crotch muff, and then the rules around like who wears pants and who's allowed to not wear pants, and why is he so close to children now? Like, no, we're not.
Oh, the funny part of figuring out what to wear to the Whovilation is, he hears a yodeler outside on Mount Crumpet and uses a cane to basically pull the guy into his lair and steal his lair. You never know what happens to that guy.
Yeah,
he's dead.
He's just dead.
He's dead. No. What's he eating up there? We never asked that. What's he eating?
Gilbert grape.
Sugar glass.
Gilbert grape.
Oh.
This man can process glass. I think he can process bone.
He's still wrestling, and he's like, I'm going. I'm not. I've made up my mind. I will go. And he's like, oh, had my fingers crossed. And Max pulls the trap door, which shoots him down the... And as the mayor is about to accept the award because the Grinch didn't show up, he flies.
They go into the whole thing where he's had his tonsils out twice.
It's a funny story.
Yeah, I love that every time. He's like, actually, it's a funny story. Every time
he flies into a trampoline, like a rubber,
like a big banner
sign that they've made, and then into a banner, and then right into the chest. You were asking about sexual innuendo stuff. He flies right into the chest of Martha.
That's
and he's
right.
Like, oh, hello, Martha.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's muddled. It's like, oh, hello, Martha. And he's full into her cleavage. And that was that's one of the funniest things to do.
And he gets crowned holiday cheermeister, and they make him a sweater that says, I heart Christmas. And they make him do all of these things, judge fudge eating and Christmas pudding. and he's eating the pudding, and they're all like, "I made it myself. It's homemade." And this old rickety guy comes up and goes, "This
Howard
is not pudding.
This is not pudding." He's like, what the hell is it? He's about to fight someone.
And then he starts to get into it. They do a Christmas conga, and he's leading it, like doing, of course, the Jim Carrey big kick, saying, "Hey,
yeah."
hey." And then he's in a sack race, and he's jumping, and he's pushing kids out of the way, like, "Excuse me."
As you should.
Pardon me.
Kids need to learn.
And for the movie, they decided to use a lot of Cirque du Soleil performers
cool.
to give all of Whoville this bouncy feel. That's why everything feels very Seussian, like the whole universe. Ron Howard was very specific when they were building the sets of not putting straight lines in. He uses a lot of, I think they call them Dutch angles with the camera, where the camera's off. Because it's not straight on, it's a little cranked over.
You're hanging a picture and you didn't quite get it right on the first try.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly it.
It gives it a lot of that Seussian vibe to it. And apparently the sets were huge and built on Universal lots that they used 9 miles of styrofoam to give the snow. And they used,
oh my God.
I can't remember the number now. I had it, but I lost it. But it's crushed marble. Or marbles to give the snow to the Whoville, like
glimmer, to give it that shine?
like actual snow, like that's what they use for the snow is crushed marble. And that's why like it just looks so incredible. And there's all these nods to Seuss and different stories to Seuss that Seuss wrote all throughout, where on the clock there's Horton.
It did.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's different things like that hidden throughout, which I thought was really cool for such an iconic author, for children's author to pay homage to his work like that. I thought that was a cool touch. And that's another thing where you take out a lot of those adult jokes. I think that the fishbowl thing, making it in for us to laugh about, is cool. But I think a lot of the jokes, like if they had left a lot of stuff like that in, like we talked about, it would have ruined the whimsicalness of this place that they created.
Yeah.
Whimsy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have to get into the costuming, and what Jim Carrey went through to be the Grinch was just short of hell. I mean,
torture.
He called it. He said he was paid $20 million for torture. Basically, the first time they put him in the Grinch suit, it was 8.5 hours in the makeup chair, and he went crazy. He went into his trailer and kicked a hole in it, and basically had to meet with Ron Howard and the makeup people and say, like, we can't do this. We can't do this again. So they worked and they worked and they worked, and they got it down to 2.5 hours. So for every day, for 92 days of shooting, and he said on the Graham Norton show that he did the makeup 100 times for the movie, and 2.5 hours sitting in the chair, and an hour to get out of the makeup afterwards, after his shooting. And the Who's would be in the chair for 2.5 to 3 hours to get their prosthetics put on. So just a nightmare. It sounds like the worst thing ever. The head makeup guy is super famous makeup artist, ended up quitting, walking off the set because Jim Carrey was losing it, basically.
They had to bring in a Navy SEAL to teach him how
CIA torture
operator.
expert to teach people how to withstand torture. Do things like eat whatever you can, whatever's in sight that you feel like eating. Punch yourself in the leg. Have people that you know and love slap you in the face randomly. And nobody likes to talk about it, but Jim Carrey talked about it on the Graham Norton show. Smoke as much as you want. And he said he would have to have this huge thing because the suit was made of yak hair, and it was stitched. It took 4 months to stitch all the yak hair in, but super flammable. So he's sitting there smoking like crazy, getting smacked all around while they're putting all this makeup on.
He had the extender on his cigarette. I never thought of that.
Cruella de Vil. He's Cruella de Vil.
Yeah, he was Cruella de Vil. Yeah.
With the double cigarette.
And so one day, Ron Howard went in and got in the Grinch makeup. He sat in the chair and did the whole thing like Jim did, and he went and onto set and directed all day as the Grinch, and everybody thought it was super funny. But when Jim came out, he thought it was a stunt double that they had hired that looked nothing like him, and at first he was really pissed off. But then when Ron Howard went over to him and he realized it was Ron Howard, he had a lot of respect for Ron doing that and going through that so that he could sympathize with what he was dealing with.
Yeah.
And I think, and then after that, I think they filmed a scene where he's directing Max and he puts on the hat and he basically becomes Ron Howard and
he makes fun of Ron Howard to his face.
Exaggerates his directing style and brilliant and all that stuff that he does.
Okay, here's your motivation. You're a reindeer. It's time. You have a red nose. You're a freak, and nobody likes you.
You're
a freak with a red nose.
Super funny, and Ron loved it, so that's why I made the movie. He thought it was awesome, super hilarious.
Cut,
and
print, papers.
They said that the easiest of all the actors was the dog. I've heard two different stories. Max was played by a dog named Kelly. That was the one that didn't react to the Grinch when the Grinch would come out. And no matter how big and extra Jim was as the Grinch, Kelly was cool with it the whole time. And then I've also heard that there was multiple dogs that were trained to do different things, and they were all like pound dogs that were saved. They were all mixed breeds that could do different things, like the jumping on the hind legs, and they basically picked the ones that listened to the trainer. I couldn't get verification. Most of the stuff that I saw only mentioned the dog Kelly. So big shout out to the dog. I love the dogs. So
So this actually breaks into the part of the plot we were talking about where they're at the very end of the holiday cheermeister and they're exchanging gifts.
And of course, who gives him the gift?
The mayor gives him a razor and calls it the gift of a Christmas shave. And the Grinch snaps and shaves the mayor's head down the middle. And he has one of my favorite lines where he's like, uh-oh, somebody's fabulous. And he has the big monologue where he talks about, I find your gifts in your garbage. Yes. I can hang myself with all the bad Christmas neckties I found. And he does I want golf clubs. I want diamonds. I want a pony so I can ride it 3 times, get bored, and set it to make glue.
He says it. It's just, that definitely was one of those moments where they're like, just let him go. Just let him say whatever he's going to say. Just go for it. And I don't think anyone would have written in the part of it was like, yeah, I want a pony. I want a horse so I can ride it twice. Get bored, sell it to make glue. Or just when he's like the avarice.
He runs out of breath like he does in Ace Ventura where he's like,
yes,
believe it.
Yes.
And basically all he's doing is he's putting a voice to Cindy Lou's feelings.
Yeah, because it's become commercial.
That's exactly how it's all become about greed and what I can get and the stuff that I have. And they're supposed to love Christmas for what Christmas is, and they've lost the plot completely. And she's the only one of the Who's that's seeing it. Now, her father, throughout the movie, you can see him catching a glimpse of what she's dealing with and what she's realizing. And I thought that was cool. Very subtle things that the father does that, okay, yeah, I see what she's saying. I see where she's coming from.
He's on board with it. He's supportive. He's kind of like trying to help figure it out. Everyone else is a little bit overly distracted with
the mom's over distracted with eating Martha May with lights. She's bringing
I
all
love
the
when
lights
she
in
has
their house outside.
The Gatling gun to put up the lights. I thought that was cool.
So brilliant, yeah.
Cindy's mom has taken every light out of their house. They have to use candlelit light to get around. But anyway, the Grinch terrorizes the town. He lights their Christmas tree on fire. He steals a tiny car and drives it all around and rams it into a fire hydrant.
And leaves. Bit, though.
And he thinks
hold on. What was that, Matt?
Sorry. The best bit of that whole chaos scene is he sees a taxi run. And he goes, taxi! And the taxi drives right by him and he goes, it's because I'm green, isn't it? Such a great turn on the classic joke. Could take it.
And he leaves and thinks, I've done it. I've ruined Christmas. they're all going to be super pissed off, and they're going to cry, and I'm going to be able to hear their cries. And the mayor says how disappointed he is in Cindy Lou, and then says, bring out the spare tree. Good thing we have a spare. And nothing changes. And the Grinch is pissed off. And that's where you get the line where he's like, and it came just the same. He's like, no, I'm speaking in rhyme. And he gets the idea that he's going to steal Christmas. And you see his engineering genius. He's creating the sleigh. And it's when he's singing the You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch song the whole time.
Which was actually him.
You hear a lot on the radio. That's the version you hear. I was at work the other day, and they were playing Christmas music, and that's the version that gets played, is the Jim Carrey version.
Oh, that's crazy. I haven't heard that one on the radio, actually. I've heard the old school
or maybe it was Spotify or something like that, so it was movie songs. But
when they made the original back in the day, the guy who sang, I can't remember, he was in some other movies and stuff, but he didn't end up getting credited for singing You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. And Dr. Seuss actually went on a letter writing campaign to as many news outlets as he could to give credit to the guy who sang You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. Because that is the iconic song from the, especially from the original, like that You're a Mean One, like so deep and like menacing.
So he's back up in Mount Crumpet.
He's putting together his plan to steal Christmas.
I'm going to steal Christmas. And he goes house to house stealing Christmas.
So there's the whole ridiculous scene where he's coming down off the mountain in his rocket-powered sled, and he's going to die. I'm going to die. And he's like, almost lost it there for a second.
Almost lost my cool. And there's one where he's testing the sleigh, which I thought was funny. And he's dressed as the old school crash test dummies.
Yes. Man, crash test dummies. There's a whole show. There's a TV show about those guys.
He runs into the wall and looks back at Max and says, airbags are a little slow. And then the airbags go off and he goes, but that's what these tests are for.
The whole time he's building that rocket and in that rocket sled, I kept thinking of that little Einsteins going on a trip on our favorite rocket ship, little through the sky,
going nine,
little Einstein. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool that Jim Carrey got to sing on that. Actually, that's his real unedited like voice, and he's just doing it. And then randomly, you know how Instagram finds, oh, did you see this thing? And then they start showing you more stuff like that. He did of Mr. I Am the Walrus with the Beatles. He did a recording of it. I don't know for what, but he's really fucking good. It's upsetting. He's an actor. I know, it's just upsetting how talented he is, damn it. Yeah. Share some with all the rest of us, bro.
Oh, you want to hear an interesting story that I almost forgot about? When they were doing the casting and they decided to go with Jim Carrey, Seuss's widow came to meet with Jim Carrey to make sure that she was good to go and that was the right choice. But he was in the middle of shooting Man on the Moon, where he was Andy Kaufman, and he had fully committed, and he was 100% method acting, where he never broke character. Even when they weren't filming, not on set, when he was living his day to day, he was Andy Kaufman. So she knew this going in, and she goes in, and it's a very, according to the people who were there, it was a very quiet conversation. He was very Andy Kaufman, and just for a minute, he broke the character of Andy Kaufman and smiled at her like the Grinch, and she knew, this is it. This is the right guy.
Yeah, that's right.
Nailed it.
I know. You did.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that's amazing because I mean, there's so much worry, and especially with going with such a beloved classic. And I know this movie was like gave the green light for other like Whovian and like Horton Hears a Who, and then Cat in the Hat and Lorax. So this
Cat in the Hat, she probably wasn't around for that one.
And I don't know if she would have approved of it, but there's some parts of Cat in the Hat that I think are super funny, and we need to watch Cat in the Hat because
I guess. You like movies we could do before that, please?
the Grinch
we did have a request to do 1990 WWE Live.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, we had a request, came in a comment. So
it's WWF in 1990, so we're not
WWE 1990s. I'll look it up exactly what it was, but
yeah,
I'm sure you guys will know it because Yeah, I loved watching it, but I was not like, as into it or knew as much about it as you guys did. So, anyways, so he does his plot. He's up on Mount Crumpet doing his thing, built his rocket
And
sled,
Comes
and
down and steals Christmas.
He takes
Yeah.
everything. This kid, there's a recurrent bit where he keeps finding the same cat who jumps out and mauls his face.
Yeah.
He flies back to Mount Crumpet and is fully expecting in the morning when the sun comes up to hear crying. He's like, it'll be music to my ears.
Yes.
Oh, one thing we
He'll
forgot to touch on when the mayor does the shaving thing, where
Oh, yeah.
he breaks him. The mayor then proposes to Martha, and before the bit, so it's always the mayor. It's all the same
it's always
kid.
him.
The same kid breaks him when he's a child, and then breaks him when he's coming back around to being a good guy again, by proposing to Martha, then giving him the shaver. And when the Grinch is stealing Christmas, he goes to Martha's house and he steals the ring from her. And then he goes to the mayor's house and he makes the mayor kiss his dog's butthole.
Dragging his butt across the floor.
The dog is grossed out and just like dragging his booty along the ground like he's
Dog
got
was
worms.
not in it. Yeah, he was like, I don't want this. I don't want
That's
this.
a smart
Smarter
dog.
than
He's
you.
like, that's horrible.
This
is the
horrible.
worst. You really are a Grinch.
You're a mean one.
And he has all the toys and the food. One of the things he wanted to steal was the food. He didn't want him to have a feast.
Yeah.
He
No
stole
food
the
for you.
beast.
You come back 1 year. And he has it all piled on this sleigh. And when they all wake up, the mayor is in the town square because he tied his bed to the back of the cop car. The cop comes out of his house. How embarrassing. Chief of police, I've been robbed. And he drives into the town square with the mayor's bed. And he has the confrontation with Lou about how you listen to a girl who hasn't even grown into her nose. And Lou finally says, she's
Hey,
right. Christmas is not about the lights and the gifts. Like those things are nice, but it's about the people. And that's when Cindy's like, oh, they get it. Yay. And she is going to go up to, and they start singing.
Yeah.
And the Grinch is like, what is the deal? I took everything. And that's when he starts to realize maybe Christmas doesn't come from a store, is the famous, like the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. What if Christmas doesn't come from a store?
Yes. Yeah.
And that's when he sees Cindy on top of the big pile of presents.
Well, doesn't he, when he has the realization, that's when his
heart grows, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's standing there, and you can start to hear it beating.
Yeah.
And then he ends up collapsing onto the ground. And I think, what is that called? Myocarditis?
Your heart just keeps growing.
Myocarditis is when you have inflammation of the heart. What you're thinking of is hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, when your heart's like really big.
Yeah,
Man,
so he instantly
word.
gets that and then dies.
It does cause sudden death syndrome. So that's really,
I mean, that's not healthy. If your heart grows 3 sizes, I don't think it's good for you.
For a minute there, he felt really good.
Yeah, he was like, man, I can feel my toes for the first time in years.
He's like, holy
you
shit!
get the
I think I
line
can
where
fly.
he's laying down. He's like, Max, help! I'm feeling.
Yes,
And
in
he's
the
like,
way
I
that
love
only
you.
Jim Carrey can
And the
do. Yeah,
dog comes over and hugs him, and that's when you hear "Merry Christmas, Mr. Grinch," and he looks up and he's like, "No."
Yeah, because he goes up there originally because the sled starts to slide off, and he says, "Oh no, the presents!" He wants to give the presents back, and he's trying to save them, and he can't. He can't get a grip. He can't get it to stop. And then he says, "Well, it's just things. It's just
That's
stuff.
gifts.
We'll be fine.
toys,
Yeah, it's just gifts."
right?
Oh, it's
And
toys,
and then Cindy Lou pokes over the top and says hello, and then he realizes like, "Uh-oh,
he gets
what are
the
you
mom's
doing
trick,
here?"
where their kids are trapped in the car, and she can pick the car up to.
Yeah.
He picks up the sleigh, and he's like, "I've gotcha, Cindy Lou," and he turns the sleigh around. And then you get one of the best lines is Cindy's driving the sleigh down the mountain to take it back to Whoville, and he's behind it skiing. And they go over this big cliff, and he swings around and hits the front and drops, and he's like, "Move over, it's my turn to drive." And he's like, "Hit the
Are you
brakes," and he
kidding?
pulls the brake, and the brake breaks.
Yeah.
And she's like, "We're going to crash." And he goes, "Listen here, young lady, even if we're mangled horribly, there'll be no sad faces on Christmas."
It was so good.
And they barrel into town, and Cindy Lou's dad does the and puts his foot up against the sleigh, and he's like, "Great catch, Lou."
Way to go, Lou. Well, I have to
and-
mention though, like when she's like, so he has that emotional turn, and he sees that she's on top of the toys, and he's like,
Yeah.
"What are you doing up there?" And she goes, "Well, no one should be alone on Christmas." And it's supposed to be this really heartfelt moment, and like the music is swelling, it's building up, and he gives the strangest second smile to this, where it's like, I can't. It's
Like he does the
so
Grinch smile, but
odd.
without the teeth and the.
Yes, no,
Yeah.
it's
Like-
so odd. In fact, they could have just cut. I thought about it. I was like, they could have just cut. That was like, it's like 8 seconds of the weirdest smile he can give in this costume.
It's a huge focus on his yellow eyes too. Which,
yes, his eyeballs.
as far as the costume and the makeup, those were so irritating and so awful for Jim Carrey that he finally just refused to continue to wear them, and they had to add the rest after a certain point in the movie. They had to add the rest in post production. They had to change his eyes because he just
and a lot of the scenes where he
couldn't do it.
And a lot of the scenes where he's not close up, he's not wearing them. You can catch glimpses of it where he doesn't have the yellow, but it's not the focal point. Anyway, he gives everything back, and the cop comes up, and he says, "So you have everything?" And he says, "Yes, sir, officer. I stole Christmas,
Got me. Yes.
and I'm sorry."
And I'm sorry. Arrest me.
And the mayor wants him arrested and all this, and the chief says, "You're right. I did hear him. He said he was sorry." And he's like, "Yeah, it looks like everything's here. We're fine."
What kind of currency is in this town? Everything was 99% off for a minute, and like it was still cash. So these people must have some logical idea of right and wrong and like justice system. But this guy just to be like, he's gonna break out anyways. Like, have you seen him? He lifted a fucking 2-ton sled. He's gonna easily rip the bars off of anything. We have nothing to hold this beast of a person.
With most things in Whoville, you could just say you're sorry as long as you really mean it. You bring everything back. He brought everything back. He didn't keep it.
I hit those people with that car, but I'm sorry.
And then you get this line because Martha May tells the mayor, "Here's your ring back," because my heart belongs to another. And she's looking at the Grinch, and he looks around, and he's like,
"Me?"
And he goes, "Ah!" And he starts laughing in his face, and he goes, "No hard feelings," and goes to shake his hand, and then he kisses him on the head where he shaved his head, and he goes, "Cheer up, dude. It's Christmas."
It felt like a Pauly Shore moment. The way he dances, and it felt like I was like, that looks like Pauly Shore.
There's the tribal.
Mini tribal. Just running through it. Oh my god! I never noticed actually for a while, and I mean, I've watched this movie for 25 years now, which is insane to say, but I never noticed actually for a long time that the whole movie takes place in shadow, and there's no harsh sunlight or direct light at all until the last minute, the last 20 minutes of it, where he has that revelation of oh, Christmas is it's more than just a gift and stuff like that. So I guess that's the snowflake slowly rotating on its flat Earth premise into the sunlight.
Oh, get your tinfoil hats out, ladies and gentlemen.
Was days earlier. It was 2 days to Christmas, and then he had and then so now it's all in. Okay, anyways,
and they start singing the Dahu Rehu song, and that's one of the funniest parts to me because everybody, of course, knows the words. It's their Christmas Who song, and Jim Carrey's just there, blah who blah. Yes, no idea what
and Martha May looks at him with this face of, "Come on, dude." And then he breaks right back into the lyrics and sings the right lyrics. I thought that he was doing it on purpose. He's just being a jerk.
And then he decides to host the Christmas feast in his mountain factory.
His trash
Who wants the gizzard? I'll take it. Nope, that's mine.
That'll be mine.
Then why did you ask?
When he passes the first plate to Cindy Lou, she gives it to Max, and if you notice, it's green eggs and a piece of the ham. So she gives Max green eggs and ham.
There's no way.
Of course, is another Dr. Seuss.
It's little shout outs.
There's no way I've watched this movie that many times and
Jamie,
never
Jamie,
noticed
pull
the
that, pull
green
that up,
eggs and
Jamie.
ham.
Pull that up, Jamie.
Yeah, pull that up, Jimmy.
Hold on.
While he's doing that, he was talking about tin hat conspiracy theories. There's a conspiracy theory that the Grinch, when he dies and Max dies, becomes Jack Skellington.
Yeah.
And Max becomes Zero.
Yeah.
And that's why when he basically gets out of Halloween Town and sees Christmas, he gets all excited because he's like, "Oh, what's this?" Like almost like it's familiar.
He remembers it.
Yeah.
Oh
The real
my
one I've seen is that the Frankenweenie and the Corpse Bride guy are the dog and Jack Skellington.
Mm-hmm. I've seen that one too.
Haven't seen that one. Yeah,
There's a cool picture. I can find it of the Grinch and Max.
The Frankenweenie. The Franken. Man, okay, so it's really crunchy in terms of its resolution.
Come on, dude. It's green eggs and ham.
But
come on,
it's
dude. It's
there.
Christmas.
I mean, it is green.
Cheer up.
And there's something next to it, but
It's Christmas.
yeah, I'll believe you. I'll take your word for this. Green eggs and ham are in this.
It's
That's
this picture where it
brilliant.
looks like he becomes Jack.
More over.
Matt, I don't know if you can see that. Where
Let me see. Oh, I see. Okay.
The Grinch, he dies, decays, and then becomes Jack Skellington.
That's hysterical.
Mhm.
That'd be amazing, actually, just to get like a prequel, or this is the prequel. Now we can like get one where he actually like remembers who he was. And he's like,
they asked Jim Carrey to make a sequel. They asked Jim Carrey to make a sequel. He said the only way he would do it is if they got the same actress to play Cindy Lou.
Oh, if they got Taylor?
Mm-hmm.
It would be pretty cool. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. There's God, I need to look it up. There's a Grinch commercial out right now. And it's like, why didn't you just ask Jim and Taylor to do this rather than this weird... it's just, it doesn't look good. It really doesn't look like he's allowed within like 100 yards of any like elementary school or playground or something like that, or hospital.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me see. Grinch commercial. We'll look it up because I want to share this with you guys. Oh, here it is. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Here it comes. I don't like it. All right. Oh, it's Walter Goggins is the guy.
David Goggins.
Yeah, Walter Goggins. Walter Goggins. His thing.
Here's the green eggs.
Have you guys ever watched Justified?
No. Should I?
Yeah, he's awesome in that show.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, I see. Yeah. All right. So here's the Walter Goggins Grinch. Can you guys kind of see that?
He looks like a green gorilla.
He looks like the
and
Cowardly
his face
Lion.
Looks evil.
He looks like the Cowardly Lion except green.
It's not great.
Nope, it's not.
That's Downtown Billy Brown from Major League 3, the worst one.
Major League 3. Subtitle: the worst one. That's how it was released. Yeah, dude, like the bodysuit. It's something also with the bodysuit that doesn't
put mouse over his peen, Matt.
Dude, no. Why is his torso from his boobs down to the area that Matt is highlighting so long?
Right there, dude. There's something
so
really
enthusiastically.
wrong.
It looks like he needs to wash his fur better.
I'm guessing
like,
this
is
like
that guy is unhygienic.
This is a belly button?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, and then what are these exactly, dude? Like that's
what are you doing?
I'm bringing
You're
it in
focusing
closer.
way too hard on this.
Why? It's just
on Grinch
it's anatomical awfulness. Honestly, this is
all right. On that note,
terrible. No.
Thanks for joining us.
But on that note, real quick, there's funny videos you can find of the guys who actually play the Grinch in Universal, both in Hollywood and in
Orlando.
Orlando.
They're great. Yes,
at Islands it's a little bit better because you have the Dr. Seuss land, so he has his own, and those guys are hilarious.
Oh yeah,
like.
You know what my favorite thing that they do right now is? Do you see the thing where the girl comes up and she's like 6, 7, and the Grinch goes 8, 9, and she just like looks at him. She has no idea what to say back.
He ruined it. Like
wins out of her sails like that.
But one of my favorites is there's two. One, this girl comes with her boyfriend and he says, "Hey, who's this?" And she goes, "Oh, my boyfriend." He goes,
"Yeah,
does he not know about us?" She says, and he goes, "Hey man, it's cool. We're just friends, whatever." And the second one is this girl's taking a picture with him and he goes, do I have to look excited? And she goes, if you could manage. He goes, I'll see what I can muster. Hit it. And they go and he goes, ah! They both start dying of laughter.
Those guys
That's
are really
awesome.
brilliant. The
Those
other
guys
one
are
that's
great.
gone viral about it is they walk in and the Grinch is just kind of in the corner and this girl screams, like she just shouts, and he goes, I was just standing here.
Is that what it
That
meant?
with her.
Hey, what is up,
Up,
my guy?
my guy. That's it. He does the shaka hands. He's like, my guy, and puts his hands down over his tummy because that's where.
But I think this is a top 10 Christmas movie.
It's
Easy.
a good one.
Easy
a good
top
one.
tenner. If you had to put this one in
Wait,
under,
we may have a
would it
short
be
coming
under
out about
5?
that, so stay tuned.
We
If,
could do a short about that, yeah.
If you watch this movie several times, though, it gets hard to watch.
Yeah?
Yeah, like
But I
everybody.
feel
About
like-
when?
There's way more alive dads in this movie.
Yeah.
than there is in
Don't even. Yeah. All yeah.
Except for the Grinches.
Well,
Don't know who his dad is.
Yeah, there's really like, how do we know Cindy? Never mind. I'm not going down that road right
There.
now. But it's the over the topness of the whole thing that makes
Yeah.
it hard to watch several times back. When you watch it the first time, it's like, man, this movie's good. This is an enjoyable,
bumping.
fun Christmas movie. Even the second time in quick succession, it's like, oh, geez. But I do love. We didn't talk about Dennis Hopkins. No, Anthony
who plays
Hopkins. Anthony
Hopkins, yes.
who is
does the
doing
narration.
the
Tony.
narration.
Sorry, I know him as Tony Hop, but go ahead.
Yeah, who's doing the narration for the movie is so awesome.
Yeah.
And when he comes down the chimney, sneaking in to steal Christmas, he's narrating, and the Grinch kind of reprimands him, and he says, "Keep it down."
Yes.
And
Who wants
Anthony
that?
Hopkins starts to kind of whisper the narration. I thought that was such a good joke that was in there. But he came in and did all that narration in a day.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well,
just reading, and all he had to do was read it as him, and it's epic.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I
It's
mean,
like if
Tony
Morgan
Hop.
Freeman came in and read it, you'd be like, "Yep, done, go."
Done. We're good. Yeah, it's fine.
I thought
Do you want to
you
do
ever see
Think
Parks and
it's-
Rec?
I
There's a
don't know
really
that
funny
thing.
joke where the guy talks about how he doesn't like Morgan Freeman. He's like, I find his voice grating, like because the guy's such a piece of crap in the show. Super funny.
Well, the last thing that I want to say was about Jim Carrey's like half backflips that he does in this movie. Like, there's a couple times like when he's gonna go into the sewer pipe, he
Oh, yeah.
full rolls into that, and there's
He
a couple
folds up
times where
like a lawn
he-
chair.
Yes, like knees up by his shoulders, and he just dives backwards. Like, go back and watch how fast he's doing those, and like I can't imagine what he's landing on in that situation. But he does that, and there was one with the cat where like you just see, like he goes down, but then you see his legs just like fold completely over, and he goes into the camera, and hopefully there's a mat underneath him. I don't know how to do that, but his physicality in this is impressive. I mean, that's what I noticed this last time that I watched it. I was just like, holy crap!
I can't
he's
think of another actor
flinging
that holds a
himself.
candle to what Jim Carrey brings to the table. I mean,
Yeah,
in every aspect
Yeah.
of him, who he is.
yeah,
When
Robin?
you watch him in interviews when he's being normal, he's extra. I wonder if it's
Robin
like,
Williams was probably the closest.
yeah, but
Robin.
he wasn't as like that kind of weird physical. You know what I mean? Like, he was very physical
Yes.
and very all
Yeah.
over the place, but it was like an energy thing. He was just very energetic. Jim Carrey is like all over the place physically and with his face and his movement, and I wonder if it's like Robin Williams, where they talked about when he was out and on, it was this crazy amount of energy, but when he was alone, or with just it was very like
Flatline.
just
yeah,
yeah,
the energy was gone from him.
yeah. I know that there's several stories from the cast of Mrs. Doubtfire that talked about that experience of working with Robin, and how, yeah, like you said, when it was on, and when he turned it off, it was well off. The
Yeah.
switch was broken.
But especially then, he was going through a really dark time, I think, during the Miss Doubtfire shooting.
Yeah. Oh, it was awful. Yeah. Just we should redo Miss Doubtfire again and talk about that. Or go listen to
That's
our
a-
previous episodes.
Yeah, go
There's
ahead.
so many Rob
Miss
Williams
Doubtfire,
movies we
what a
could do.
what
It
a
is
great
up
movie.
there. We're on Spotify, Amazon, Apple playlists, pretty much wherever you can find us. If there's somewhere you can't, give me a call. I'll put us there too.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Check us out on
I don't have
YouTube.
any allegiance. So
YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. For some reason, they love hitting that bell.
hit that
But
bam.
that's a great place to come and enjoy the video. Even if you're just driving around and you want to just play the audio through the YouTube, that would help a lot. Be sure to like it and hit that bell, though. Let us, give us some love. But above all, comment, participate in this. Help us to make this show better for all of you guys. Like I say it all the time. We really want to build community and give you guys stuff that you want to hear, just like the stuff that we want to do. Shows and stuff we can do. We just need time to put those together because those are, really intensive. I like to watch the whole run of things before we talk about a show, if possible, unless we're talking about specific episodes like we did with
like a
Hey
specific.
Arnold.
Yeah.
But yeah, we really want to give you guys a show that you want and make it funny and fun and try to give you some background information that maybe you didn't know. But we do this for y'all, and as much as we do it for us three idiots getting together and talking smack and hanging out with each other, we want you guys to enjoy it too. So thanks so much for joining us. We look forward to the rest of the Christmas month here. Remember the reasons for the season. It's not about greed. It's about love and family, and just thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Until next time,
I'm Matt.
Right.
and I'm Tyler. Cowbunga.